My love is everlasting. Everlasting to everlasting. Girl, you make me upgrade my tactics. How long are we going at this? Yeah, rock it up, fuck it up. Your figure exceptional, what you're working on, fuck it up. You want to see some more, girl, I say fuck it up. Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, girl, fuck it up. Let's see what you got, yeah, let's see what you got.
Hello guys, welcome to Boxing Blog Center. Please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and of course the subscribe button right now. Don't forget to like the video, share. It's been a while, but I'm right here with my brother Adewale to discuss this very important topic right here. Civil war in boxing. There is a current civil war in boxing between Turki Alalshikh, His Excellency, and Canelo Alvarez, one of the faces of boxing. It's very interesting though how this thing is going to play out. I think what Canelo Alvarez, the stance he's taken. Yes, a lot of the Canelo Alvarez fans, the fanboys, would always see it as, like, yeah, both step, no, don't bend the knee, everybody's kissing his ass, you can't kiss his ass. Listen, I've been a boxing fan for ages, for a long time. The boxing politics and the games and the fanatics will all year when the Joshua Wilder saga occurred, Mayweather Pacquiao saga occurred. B-side, A-side thing is not like, it's very tiring. So the fact that Turki Alalshikh broke the barrier, because he basically united people that weren't used to working with each other. They didn't even talk to each other. For example, the hand of Matro Boxing and Frank Warren of Queensbury Promotion didn't speak a word to each other for over 14 years. No communication, nothing. They didn't hang out. They were hardcore enemies. Maybe they still are, I don't know. But according to what I'm seeing right here, Eddie Hearn said recently that he's very happy him and Frank Warren are basically working hand in hand together now. He wished this connection was established before. He wished this got established before. He wished they had this connection or this understanding. Well, it's not too late for things to occur. At the same time, imagine we had all these guys working together. The Wilder Joshua fight, which at one point was the biggest fight in the world. That fight was huge. I'm Team Joshua. I've always been Team Joshua, but I'm really tired now of all this team that. So when I see fighters like Canelo Alvarez saying I'm the man, it reminds me of the Joshua Wilder saga. Like when the Joshua fans bashed the Wilder fans, the Wilder fans bashed Joshua fans. Adewale right here was with me. He's Team Wilder, I was Team Wilder, and we were bashing each other. Of course, we are brothers. We always like talk, as Nigerians, we discuss and stuff. But when it comes to Wilder and Joshua, they didn't agree. It was always, yeah, Joshua made this money, Wilder made this money, and this last fight was bought. Which, like, it's like the fans became a roadblock for the fight not happening. And now you. This is why I can never support Canelo Alvarez. No, I can never support him and understand, because I know how it is when people are telling you to fight this guy fight this guy, fight, and you are like saying, no, he's the haze, he needs to prove himself. Now, have you noticed something very ironically? You've noticed something recently, right? Nobody, no fighter is talking about the money is not enough anymore. Nobody's saying the bag is not there anymore. Nobody's saying that. Now, the way they duck people now is they overprice themselves. Like they put a huge price, like 200 million, 150 million. So how much do you want Terence Crawford to get, for example? Okay, you want to fight Benavidez for 200 million. How much do you think Benavidez? Okay, Benavidez we paid 20 million. So basically, just thinking for yourself, not for the fans. And you're saying, yeah, you are the face of boxing. You are not the face of boxing, first of all, and nobody's the face of boxing. But let's keep it right here. The most influential person in the sport of boxing right now is Turki Alalshikh. Yes, he might be arrogant in the way he does things. You have to know this guy comes from a different background than us. He's in Saudi royal court. He's I don't know. This guy's never known poverty in his life, right? Born in money. Like basically, he walks in money. They even gave out a free car to a random fan at the stadium that they in Los Angeles, right? I don't think I've seen it in any boxing event before. A free car like that, just give it out. I've never seen that before. First time seeing it.
Music performances.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is that I'm not saying what Turki Alalshikh is a god but I will tell you right now, Turki Alalshikh, what he's done for boxing, I would say he's improved boxing than Alvarez. Alvarez has improved his pocket, his brand, which is normal because all boxers want to improve their brand and become the bigger names and get the bigger shares. However, you're saying pay me $200 million. You are not thinking about the other guy. You know what I mean? Like, if we had Turki Alalshikh during the Wilder Joshua era, the saga, bro, that fight was so huge, bro. For undisputed, I mean, it's so crazy that he took. Okay, let's remove Joshua and Wilder now. Just imagine Turki Alalshikh was on the picture. Do you think the Fury Usyk undisputed fight will happen?
No.
Never. Not in hell. No way.
Fury already priced himself out.
Better BF before would never even happen. That one would even happen. Nobody will talk about it because they will say, yeah, the money is not there and stuff like that. This is why I cannot go against Turki Alalshikh. If he does something wrong, I will always speak my mind. But if I look at what he's contributed to the sport of boxing compared to Canelo Alvarez, which I'm not disputing fact he's a legend, Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. But I'm saying who would have a longer effect to the sport of boxing between him and Turki Alalshikh. Turki Alalshikh, who has the interest of the fighters at heart. Turki Alalshikh, I will say that because he pays the money. Now, before, I don't know how rich Heyman is. Heyman is one of those guys that have the money. I don't think he will even say, "Oh, I'll cover everything now. The defense will pay the rest." I don't think so, because in boxing there has to be a guarantee, right? A lot of these fighters depend on the TV networks, right, to pay it. Turki Alalshikh will say, "Yeah, okay, how much you want? 100 million." I think they said they offered Alvarez 100 million or something plus, but he said he wants 150. And I said, okay, this is why Team Turkey wanted to meet Canelo Alvarez. They wanted to meet him. That was the plan, to meet with him and discuss. If you keep in mind, everyone Turki Alalshikh has dealt with business wise, he always meet them and they take a picture and they discuss, Then everything becomes a little bit more understanding. If you say it's not possible that date, it's not possible, let's wait till my next fight. And you have at least a memorandum of understanding, right? So we're on the same page. Yes, after the fight, let's not talk about it. After the fight, we can talk about it further, right? Then at least we know. But Canelo is just saying, yeah, wait, let me finish the fight. Yeah, I understand, but how long will you continue to fight guys that, even though you are this super mega star, every boxing fan, Mexican fans, Mexican Americans, Mexican fans, some Latinos will buy your pay-per-view because you're a star. However, they sometimes have to also think, okay, I'm buying pay-per-view to see what? To see Canelo fight another fan again? It will get to a point where, okay, they will say, oh, because I don't think Canelo Alvarez is saying, okay, I want to age Benavidez out. I think he's older than Benavidez, right? He cannot age him out like the Golovkin, right? Not possible.
Yeah.
Now he will be the one getting hold. So if you think Benavidez is a threat, which he agreed that it's a risky fight, okay, just say, okay, this guy's a threat. He will beat me, will knock me out. I don't want to fight him. So we'll know, okay, you say, I'm ducking this guy now. Okay, we will understand that, okay, you double Benavidez openly. But don't say you need 200 million. Like, how much, listen, people put up events to also make money, because one thing you know about Riyadh season, if they put up a card, they also make mini movies from the, mini movies. They bring stars or stars or even people you don't imagine. They bring them to the show, right? They invite them to come. The way they organize it is very different from the regular boxing match where everybody just come to watch the fight.
It's because the Saudis are currently investing for their tourism industry using sports. So it's an investment. All the money they're pumping in, the billions of dollars, building stadiums, building racetracks, in paying the most expensive athletes in the world, inviting them to Saudi, hosting events in America, in England. All of that is still an investment towards their tourism in the future. So their own business model is different. They are not doing it to make profits. However, the other guys, the Bob Arums, Al Haymans, and all these other old guys, Matchroom Boxing, they had to consider their profit. Turki Alalshikh does not have to consider the profit, right? So yeah, but you can continue.
Yeah, like he literally lost the 10 million. I don't know. The rumors said, okay, they lost 10 million from the Crawford Madrimo fight. Do you even see him complain about that? Turki Alalshikh is won 2.8 billion. I know you will say, yeah, money doesn't matter. Money matters in boxing, bro. You have to have like crazy money to be able to bring all these. Listen, at this event, you saw Golden Boy Promotion was there, right? Represented. PBC, Louis, what's his name again? The right hand man of Yemen, Louis de Cuba, was there. Eddie was there. I think Spencer was representing Queensbury Promotion. Everyone, Dimitri Salita Promotion was also represented. Listen, these guys usually you don't see all of them together in one place. Not happen. It would never happen. You don't see it. So who is more influential? You might say yes. People say, well, you cannot make Turki Alalshikh the face of boxing because he's not a fighter. The fighters deserve it. Well, I don't think being the face of boxing has to do with the fighter. The face of boxing just means the most influential, the one that makes things happen,
the most popular.
The most popular. Well, you might say, well, Canelo Alvarez is more popular than Turki Alalshikh. Well, it depends on the Joe.
Turki Alalshikh is not even popular. Like when did he get into boxing? He only got into boxing about a year ago.
Yeah,
so
but
he's not even that
he's
popular
as a boxer because this guy has 26 million followers on Instagram. Those are not rats following him.
Oh yeah, because of his occupation, right? So he's like the head of the general manager of Saudi sports, and he also
owns Ameria, UD Ameria. Also, you have to understand, it's also the same way when we look at sometimes when this starts right here, Africa zone or something. When they post something about music in Africa, I always see those Egyptian flags in Arabic 1.something billion. I'm like, where is it all coming from? Then I look, Middle East, others, Asia. So we begin to wonder, there are people who are popular in that zone that you don't know. That you in the West don't know. Because if you look at, for example, Turki Alalshikh, he is very huge in the Arab world. I think he also won the most influential Arab award as well before boxing. Yeah, I think he won it in 2017. Bro, this guy is like, listen, you need you if Canelo and Canelo Alvarez own is even more respectful because at least he said he respects Alalshikh. You know, we know he doesn't want the fight. However, the Gervonta Davis one is just so like it's very laughable. Because Gervonta Davis opponents are very limited. You know, the opponents he can fight are very limited. Like I mean, for him to earn the big bucks that he wants, he is not out Canelo Alvarez at all.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a whole nation of people in his back. Canelo Alvarez at least has the Mexicans. It's like caught for him. You know, they have his back. I don't think every American has Gervonta Davis back. Even among the African Americans, not every one of them are like fanatics of Gervonta Davis. They might like him as a fighter, but they are not. It's not a Mike Tyson, you know, love or Muhammad Ali love. It's not, and it might never be because the guy has a weight limit. You know, the more he moves, if he moves up now he cannot go to 147 and maybe beat Gerard Ennis. He cannot do that. He can't beat Gerard Ennis, can he?
Yeah.
Can he be? No, he cannot do that. That's what I'm saying. At least Canelo Alvarez is like his height is a little bit. The guy has a very medium size height, which means he can move up and down and do things. You know, same way with Terence Crawford. The difference might be Terence Crawford has a slender body. You know, it's not the. You can tell that.
I personally think that Canelo beats Crawford, and it won't be a very difficult fight. He might not knock him out, but he'll beat him over 12 rounds, and it would not be a difficult fight. Crawford would have to be on his bike at some point because he wouldn't be able to take Canelo's punches.
Yeah, I mean that's bad. I mean, so in this civil war right here now, analyzing the situation, what do you think? What do you think Turki Alalshikh could have done better? What do you think Alvarez should have done better? And do you think
this is what I think, man.
Do you think
bro,
they can mend things? They can amend it because it looks like one thing about the Saudis
of course
is
they
that
can. Trust me, they can.
one thing about the
Unless
Saudis
they
is
allow their egos push it to the limit.
one thing about the Saudis is that I heard that PFL, he's not partly owned by Saudi. You know that? A Saudi investor. UFC, they're also investing in it. That's why Turki Alalshikh will be in. I think it will be in Las Vegas, September 14th as well. You know.
Yeah.
I think they're investing in it as well. So now the thing is, that's why I said Canelo cannot win this war. I remember that during the Gulf saga, when they tried to play the Saudis and stuff like that. What they did was they bought the whole. Bro, these guys were like, okay, so you want to play with us? And the PIF is worth 800 billion. You know what they did? You know what they did? They saw the games, the golf, the golf team, like, what was it called again? PGA or some PGA golf was trying to play with them. They created their own, and then they merged the other one. They bought the other one. And they bought all the players. They took all the players from them. Without the players, how do you solve? How can because I think was it this famous Tiger Wood didn't budge, but somehow you are left alone to do. If you don't have competition, you are this star, but you don't have competition. What do you do?
Without the players, there is no game.
So what I'm saying. So Alvarez cannot say I'm the man. I fight whoever I want. Yes, you can feel bomb. You can put bombs on the seat. No doubt about that. But it depends on if people see that you are not fighting the top the people they want you to fight. They're not seeing it. You fight one, you fight two, you fight three, you fight four. I said this guy, no, I'm not going there again because you Mexicans are also humans. They also go there to celebrate their heritage, but also to see good fights. When they see that you are fighting easy guys, do you think they will just keep pouring their money, their hard-earned money, and a fight like that? No.
Bro, what you're doing is you're overtly criticizing Canelo, in my opinion.
No, I'm not criticizing Canelo. What I'm saying is that I'm saying is that I am tired of fight using pricing themselves out. We've had this before, bro. The Joshua Wilder one was listen for over 4 years. Me and you, we went back and forth, bro. Have you forgotten, bro? You don't
Bro,
forget.
this is what I think is gonna happen. Hold on, bro. Let me land.
Yeah.
I think Canelo, he's kind of strategic right now because he's the biggest star from Latin America, and if he can work with Turkey Alalshikh, that could be potentially beneficial for their even tourism in the future. You know, more people from that part of the world can now think of visiting Saudi the way people visit Dubai from all over the world. I'm sure that's what Saudi is trying to replicate to an extent. So at the end of the day, Canelo, although is very, very at this point in his career, I would say very selfish. You know, I won't buy Canelo pay-per-view, never. I would not. He's a very good fighter. I look forward to his fights, but these days the matchups, no way would I spend my money on a Canelo fight, me personally, because why is he fighting a random you know, just random people that nobody cares about? Now he's fighting Berlanga. I bet you that fight ends up in a knockout and Berlanga is going to sleep, because Berlanga will come forward, try to prove that he can do damage, and he's going to get countered and knocked out. That's what's going to happen. But I digress. Canelo, Ducking Benavides, asking for $200 million. Turkey even willing to pay him that money, and he's still dancing around. Yes, it deserves full criticism for that, but at the same time, man, unfortunately, boxing created this monster. You know, this monster of fighters having the ability to ask for ridiculous amount of money and not make the best fights, and nobody can hold them accountable. Boxing created it. I hope Turki Alalshikh continues to succeed so that boxing can finally transition back to when we have competitive fights. But the way Turki Alalshikh is going about it too, I don't know if it's sustainable, because they're paying these guys so much money. I mean, if these events are organized from a business perspective, is it even possible to generate that kind of money? I doubt it. You know, it might create a monopoly in the future that might end up not good for us as fans. You never can tell, you know. But at the end of the day, man, yes, Canelo deserves to be criticized. I don't really think it's a war. I don't think it's a war personally between both of them, because Canelo too is set. He's not desperate. He's the first guy to really challenge Turki Alalshikh, basically, right?
Well, they say Gervonta Davis is the first guy to do so.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Gervonta
yeah, but he didn't do anything because he said Ferrari before.
Yeah, semi-Ferrari.
Like, that's not challenging. That is like basically just
it was more like banters. I agree. It was more like banters.
And also, I don't think Turki Alalshikh need Gervonta Davis. I don't think so. Yeah, we need him as a fighter to fight the best, but if he doesn't want to fight a fight, you let him. Listen, in this game, I think the advantage some fighters have is that they've had in the past is that they had the bigger you are, the more highs, you know, the more people want to fight you. That's always been the case. Now that's not the case. You know, you might be big, yes, people want to fight you, but at the same time, you know, they also have they have options. Now imagine before, if you lose as a fighter, you are done, right? If you lose your undefeated record, you're not Joshua, you're not Canelo, you are not any of these top guys, even Fury. You are done. You know what I mean? You're done. You're done, because you know your next fight will be crap, and then you know you cannot really bounce back. Just for example, look at Deontay Wilder, for example. Now, imagine Turki Alalshikh met the hungry Wilder when Wilder was very hungry then. Not the Wilder that Fury beat up, you know. I mean, the Wilder before Fury that was very hungry then, right? It would have been different because Wilder was fighting for peanuts. He fought like he had like over 40 fights for peanuts, basically. For peanuts. For a bit over 30 fights for peanuts, basically, I think. Yeah. He was fighting like on PBC, you know, on this side of the street. You know, we are talking about 50 million now that Tim Wilder sent.
This side, they'll be like this side of the street. If you're not on top rank, you don't get a fight.
even the LDBC,
You
a
have
lot
to
of them
come to
don't
this
buy.
side of the
Yeah,
street.
even the LDBC don't buy into the stuff anymore because the LDBC used to be that they be very also.
No, bro. At the end of the day, as boxing
They've
fans, it's
seen
all
that
about boxing.
they've seen
it's all
that
about being a fan of
the
boxing,
promotional
right?
companies are not doing the right thing. They are just stalling fight. Turki Alalshikh, one thing, the reason why I always support him coming to the sport is that forget about the other agenda. I don't care about the other agenda. You understand? But it is that he has taken away the excuse of saying you don't bring enough to the table. Now I want to ask you this question. Answer me, yeah, but be truthful. Would Marty Bakole against Anderson have happened if Alalshikh was not in the picture?
Ah, man, bro. Chances of that fight happening is probably slimmer. But right now, we as boxing fans, we have an heavyweight fight to talk about that was interesting. Even Jared Miller versus Big Baby was a very, very good fight. Even though a lot of people are criticizing that fight.
Before Turki Alalshikh.
Hold on, bro. Let me finish this point. It's like I want to talk about the last two heavyweight cards. Fights.
Yeah.
Dubois. Miller, Ruiz, and Bakole Anderson. Man, those fights were solid. I'm not gonna lie. Those fights are fights that were very entertaining. Big guys going at it. We got a solid knockout from Bakole. Anderson, being a young guy, he can come back. Me personally, I was rooting for Martin Bakole. I wanted him to beat Anderson because I felt like Anderson was a little bit too arrogant, getting himself, just being a Gen Z. You know the way young guys are. They have so much egos and it's annoying sometimes. I feel like they need to be humbled, and I believe Anderson got humbled in that fight. He has to go back and work on his defense, and he can come back. Plus, all that ridiculous talk about, oh, I'm only 23. I don't want to keep fighting. When he was interviewed by Roy Jones, man, all that stuff didn't look good on him, man. He has to man up and take this career. This is an opportunity for him to shine in his life. If Jared Anderson ever comes across this video, he should take to some of this advice. Trust me, this is an opportunity for him to shine. Very few people in the world get the opportunity to be on a big stage in a big sport and have the opportunity to train and showcase their talent. So he better dive on this and not let it slide by. He's a young guy. He can get back. I'm very happy for Bakole for that victory. Very, very, very happy. Bakole has been calling everybody out. Nobody seemed to want to fight this guy. He started talking about, oh, I broke Daniel Dubois' nose in sparring twice. Oh, I dropped Anthony Joshua. I knocked out Usyk.
No,
Me and Tyson Fury went 50-50. But we've been hearing all kind of rumors from Bakole.
He did beat up Daniel Dubois.
But he said he broke his nose twice.
Yeah, but he didn't drop Joshua. He didn't knock Joshua out. That was like rumor.
I don't know the full details of the rumors of all that stuff that he was saying. It was fun. Because it was interesting seeing him get that opportunity to on the big stage and beat Jared Anderson. And that probably wouldn't have happened if Turki Alalshikh is not in boxing. So kudos to Turki Alalshikh with regards to that.
Yeah, man, like it's very interesting though if you look at the whole scenario. This is what I'm saying, that we even guys like Ajit Kabaye. If you look at every division right now, you'll be salivating for many fights, bro. Jan Jule, Marty Bakole, Parker, Marty Bakole, Jeremy Miller, Marty Bakole, let's say not Charles Martin, because that one is washed. Andrews Jr. not really, because I don't think Andrews Jr. is is not good anymore. Yeah, man, it's over. It's over. It's over for Andrews Jr. It's over for him. It's over because I feel like the guy is not dedicated.
No, bro. Though Andy came out with a broken hand in that fight.
I know,
right?
but it's over, bro. The guy.
Don't say it's over, man. I think it only takes 3 months for that hand to heal. So if the hand heals in 3 months and this guy stays dedicated, he can be back in the ring within 8 months. So that's
Does
not too far off.
does he beat Matipakole?
Nah, Bakoli beats Ruiz, bro.
Now that
Even they robbed Jarrell Miller was robbed in that fight. In my
Ruiz
opinion,
is the thing is
it
that
beats
my
Andy
problem
Ruiz.
with Ruiz is that the guy is not dedicated. He doesn't care about boxing anymore. The guy just wants to make money. That's the problem I also have with Jerry Anderson. You have not even done anything yet. You're talking about retiring in 4 years. Like, come on, you're 24. So at 28, you want to be done by 28. No sign of okay, I want to be undisputed or champion. I think that's a wrong mentality. But I have to say, he does have heart, though. You know. So
He can work on that mentality. He needs to talk to people that are experienced. Maybe I don't know, maybe family members, maybe professional therapists or something. That he can definitely work on his mentality and come back with the right mindset.
If you're an advisor, what would you advise to Alalshikh?
With regards to
Canelo.
Canelo.
Yeah.
With regards to Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Turki needs to he has already openly criticized Canelo, called him someone, basically a duck, someone that looks for easy fights. So I mean, he can talk to Canelo's lawyers or whatever, and they can reestablish that communication at some point. Because if he really needs Canelo and he's willing to pay so much money to me, it's a waste of time setting up Canelo versus Crawford. To me, I personally, I would prefer Canelo versus Benavidez because I don't want to see Crawford lose to Canelo.
Will you pay 400 million for that if you were talking like?
No. If I was talking Alalshikh, of course, I don't know, man. It's not my money. I mean, if this guy has billions,
yes,
if he has access to billions,
he has billions, so he's just gonna throw it away.
I'm not gonna teach him how to spend his money. If he wants to pay Canelo $1 billion, that's his business. Wasn't it the same person talking about if Joshua knocks out Dubois in 1 round, he pays him $900 million? I mean, bro, the guy is ridiculous too, if you ask me. I mean, all that money talk, to me, it's getting ridiculous at this point. If you really need Canelo, if I'm Canelo, as a matter of fact, the fact that I heard you say that you want to pay someone $900 million for not getting a KO in the first round, I will never back down from the 200 mil. You pay me 200 mil and I'll fight David Benavidez. How about that?
Nah. Not happy.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Because
you see what I'm saying, bro?
You have to understand that they also want to make, the thing is that if you pay Canelo Alvarez 200 million, what about the undercard? Those guys would demand, if they know you paid Alvarez 200 million, they would demand at least 50 million for the fight, for their fight. This is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like not a good sign though. But let's get to something very interesting right here. So Francis Ngannou is back, October 19. MMA against
MMA
Pereira. His first bout with PFL since losing his 9-month-old son. He says, yeah, quote, all my life I've fought for a lot of different purposes, and on October 19th I'm going to fight for a greater purpose. Now he's still open to boxing though. He just said, listen, he wants to fulfill his obligation with PFL. And PFL, they are doing something magnificent with him though as well, because they've like kind of made him PFL ambassador for Africa to help scout African talents, in the continent. So discover them while they're young, train them, give them a facility to train at least. Because if you sometimes I always wonder, how can we have over 1 billion people in that continent and then we don't really, we should be winning Olympics, bro.
Let me tell you what the problem is. You see, the fact that countries like Jamaica, United States of America, they are consistently pushing out the top runners during the Olympics. The world record holders, the Usain Bolts, the Gatlins, all these guys that come out from these countries. And in the entire Africa, we maybe have 1 or 2 people that come number 5 in the world. It speaks of something. And what the problem is, simple. training regiment and equipment. We don't really have that. The Kenyans and the Ugandans and the Ethiopians that come first in long distance running is because part of their terrain where they live requires them to be, walking, run a daily basis. Their daily routine involves climbing mountains and, long hikes. So they are used to it. That's why they come first in all those long distance races. But as for other sports, boxing, MMA, how come we don't have a lot of Africans coming out and thriving in these sports? It's because we don't have the equipment and we don't have the training regiments. We don't have the technical trainers, and we don't have the equipment. Pretty much, that's it. That's it, bro. Most people are hustling to do something else, so nobody really invests in those types of amenities. Good training, sports facilities. Who has money for that? When people are still trying to get food on the table in some cases, right? So yeah, unfortunately, that's what it is. But hopefully, this arrangement between Francis Ngannou, PFL, even Kamaru Usman has invested a lot in MMA in Nigeria. You see many guys from many other parts of Africa coming to compete in Lagos, in Kamaru Usman's events. We'll see where it leads to. In South Africa, they're doing it big. Their MMA, they have this big MMA company, EFC, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I can't wait. How do you think this fight plays out? Because Ferreira is I say he's a dangerous guy, bro.
Francis has to be very careful,
I've
man.
not watched him fight before, but I went to look at some of his highlights. He's very strong.
Thing is, I'm rooting for Francis by default, but this Ferreira guy, I don't know him. And Francis, his last few fights were in boxing, so I think he would need to have gone through some grueling training to get back in shape for that MMA, MMA situation. So yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully, win or loss, it doesn't really affect things going forward, and he's still able to push.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I can't wait, guys. Like the video, share, subscribe. We'll give you guys nothing but extra little bank right here. Let's talk about Marty Bakoli. How dangerous is this guy? How blessed is he? How lucky is he? The win over Jerry Anderson has made him one of the favorite. They say Americans are saying that he reminds them of George Foreman. Do you see that?
Yeah. The guy, has his footwork is not technical, if you ask me. The way he throws his punches is strange, but at the end of the day, he gets the job done. But he got defeated by Michael Hunter too. We're not going to forget that he got defeated by a smaller guy. He even almost quit in that fight. If you go back and watch that fight, so I wouldn't go as far as ranking him as high as George Foreman yet, but he definitely has some shades, some similarities with the awkward way he throws his punches. But this guy is heavy-handed, man. His punches are effective, man. So and he has deceptively fast hands too. So don't play with Marty Bakoli.
So Marty Bakoli has said in the past that he knocked out Daniel Dubois twice in sparring. Of course, it's not nice to talk about sparring. I would never advise any fighter to brag about sparring, because sparring is very different. Just like how Egovic beat up 17-year-old Dubois in sparring and then got stopped in a refight. However, one thing about Marty Bakoli is that I think it's special because did you know that Marty Bakoli sparred Fury, Jerry Miller, Daniel Dubois the same day? You know that? You don't know that? I don't think you know, right? Hold on, guys. Wow, big ups to Lisa Bills for the super chat. Cinco Dub. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, Lisa Bills. Been a long time. Big ups to Journey. For boxing as well. Well, I lost I lost our brother. Yeah, I'm gonna get him back. Something happened. Let me see. I think it's a network. I'm gonna try get him back. So you guys should hold on. I don't know what happened. The network just went off. Let's see if he joins. Or yeah, man, we have Ty Ajagbe in the house. Ty Ajagbe, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think I can hear echo, bro. What's is echoing in the background? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Maybe this is my new headphone.
Oh, your headphone.
Yeah.
Okay, early. They talk to the phone, like, and so I can, or use
Let, let,
the
let me see.
headphone.
Let me just get out of here. Just give me 2 minutes.
All right, bro.
I'm gonna put you on pause and just give me 2 minutes. Let me step out of here.
All right. So
Okay.
before Tajagbe comes back, I'm gonna be waiting. I'll wait for him right. Before he comes back, yeah, like the boxing scene right now is very interesting. Big ups to Lisa Bills. She says, I know I'm glad to catch you live, bro. Yeah, it's been a long time. You know, I've not been that active on here the way I should be. Because I don't know, the Zone gave me 2 copyright strike for no reason, basically. I didn't post the fight footage, anything like I just talked about it with a picture. Usually when a fight happens, you just put the picture of the fight and then you make a comment on it. You comment on it. Somehow, those guys just gave me 2 copyright strikes for no reason. So it surprised me, and I had to basically just lay low, and I even wrote them to take it down, to correct the mistake, but they didn't do the needful. I'm like, damn, I'm probably not going to cover Days on Fight Live anymore. That's why when I did it, what I did was I just put a random picture. Yeah, I just put a random picture, like a random picture of these fighters, so DAZN wouldn't have the right to take it down. Because if it's put the picture of the fight after the fight take place, sometimes they just take it down. And I noticed they are targeting channels that disagree with them. Because I'm not a fanboy, and DAZN has a lot of problems, which I always speak about. Sometimes it just lags, and then you're like watching it, all of a sudden, like you have to restart your laptop again, and it's just a little bit weird sometimes. But I don't think they like that, because the other channels I see them, they even use the clip, their own clip, fight clip and everything. They don't do that to them. They do that. It is kind of strange if you look at it. It is weird that that's the case. Well, I leave everything in the hands of God. I say that. Yeah, like it's been a long time I went live. This fight right here between Turki Alalshikh and Canelo Alvarez is interesting. It's not something that Canelo is going to win. Because Canelo, yes, he's his own man. He does his own thing. He has his own basically he's his own man, differently. He does his own thing. The thing is that you can run out of oppositions, an opponent, and that's why it's not nice to fall out with people that wants to do business with you. You can say, I'm not ready yet, like I don't want to fight Crawford now. After my next fight, we can get
what's
it
up,
done.
bro?
Yeah, bro, you're back, right?
Yeah.
So sorry, bro. We're just talking about Canelo Alvarez and Turki Alalshikh, but we're gonna finish the Jerry Anderson Matthew Bakole won first.
All right.
Can I get your take on Matthew Bakole's next move? Do you know that Matthew Bakole sparred Fury, Chisora, Jared Miller, and Daniel Dubois the same day?
Whose camp was it? I didn't know that, but whose camp? Maybe Tyson Fury's camp, brought in a different types of. They all sound about the same body build, so I'll probably say like maybe Tyson Fury's camp.
Because Matthew Bakole just said it in an interview with Sean Porter that Sugar Ray was there when that happened. He said he was there. He said he wondered why they took the fight with him, why they advised Anderson to take that fight, or advised Anderson to fight him. But because he said if Anderson had bossed him, Anderson would have probably won or maybe have a chance. But as soon as Anderson started wanting to go to him, like, oh, thank God, you want to fight me? Now let's go. So if this guy fought, like this is why even Jared Miller has a lot of respect for Matthew Bakole, right? Because you can tell the way he talks about him, so this guy is no joke. But the rumors of Matthew Bakole knocking out Anthony Joshua in sparring never happened because his trainer, Pete Nelson, said Joshua was never knocked out by Matthew Bakole in sparring. It was competitive, it was a war, but there was no knockout of Joshua in sparring. So all that rumor was a lie, and there was no knockout of Fury in sparring either. But he did beat up Ergovich. No, not Ergovich. Daniel Dubois. They stopped him twice in sparring, made him blood his nose, and he also stopped Usyk as well to the body. He stopped Usyk in sparring as well. Do you think that guy can really beat Usyk in a refight, bro? Like Matthew Bakole, do you think he has a chance?
You know what? Philip Martin Bakole is saying is not far fetched. Let me put it into a good picture so people can understand, right? Usyk has been hit to the body numerous times, correct? And he's gone down. Okay, it would not. I wouldn't put it past Martin Bakole was able to land a good shot in sparring against Usyk that did probably put him down. Maybe it wasn't like a crazy spar or nothing like that. That did put Usyk down towards like the end of the sparring, and then they just said, "Let's call it a day," and that's it. Because hey, man, taking a body shot to the side or to the liver is gonna hurt, right? But Martin Bakole might have chucked that up as victory, and I could see Usyk beating the hell out of Martin Bakole, but he hit Usyk once to the body, and Usyk probably went down. And that's the only way I can honestly think of right now.
Bro, that was not the case. According to Team Bakole, he literally bullied Usyk in sparring. I underestimate Matthew Bakole, but he's very loud,
man,
bro.
He could talk all that mess, man, but I don't believe it at the end of the day. What Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua couldn't do, what makes you think he's so special, do that? That's what I'm saying. There's got to be, these guys never tell the truth in sparring. They never tell the truth. Martin Bakole has been just behind out of all the current heavyweights that he needs to hype himself up. He needs to hype the fans around him. He just beat a current Jared Anderson. Of course he wants to hype himself up and get all this hype saying he beat everybody up in sparring until we see it, until he gets this big money fight against one of the top contenders, right? And now everybody wants to see him. For me personally, I personally don't see the hype around him because we already knew what Jared Anderson was bringing to the ring. He was bringing no experience at all whatsoever. We already knew what was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. Any smart boxer, any good and athletic boxing person that sees that studies the game would automatically know like this guy is immature and he's not ready for it. Of course that was going to happen. Martin Bakole, who sparred numerous heavyweights, he's a veteran in the game. Of course that was going to happen.
But you do know that Matthew Bakole is more of a body puncher than Joshua and Fury.
That I didn't know of. I didn't know of that. He just looked like of course he looks like a brawler. Because, hey, let's see what he does again. I don't want to see him against. Listen, they're claiming he wants to fight against Martin. But that fight shouldn't even happen because Michael Hunter has not even looked good in a very, very, very long
No, but
time.
he wants to avenge that loss. But he's saying, listen, Michael Hunter is playing him around. Michael Hunter said, oh, he wants to fight him and stuff like that. And then uh, in camera, he says, I will fight him. But behind closed doors, I'm not ready yet. And also, I think this is why I like Turki Alalshikh's arrival to the sport of boxing, because if not for him, I think Matt Bakole did what he did. We know what happened with the stuff that he posted online on Twitter. We didn't forget that, but I think he did it as an awareness and as part of our awareness. But in the West, it's different. I'm not gonna blame him too much on that. But what I would say is that he was if not for Lachik or Spencer, I think Spencer Brown or something that introduced him to Alalshikh, he would have been buried by these promoters because Eddie Hearn cut ties with him. I think his last fight with Eddie Hearn was with Sergey Kuzmin. Kuzmin, I think so. Yeah, it's really crazy, bro. It's really really crazy. So we see what happens. We'll see what happens. He wants to fight. Janjale is saying that he will knock Matt Bakole out in 5 rounds. So he's saying that, but we'll see what happens. Matt Bakole has a bright future. Not a lot of time left. But heavyweights don't really age that quick if they stay in shape, fight wise, fight shape. We'll see. Yeah. So I talked with Adewale about Turki Alalshikh and Canelo Alvarez war, and Canelo Alvarez win the war against Turki Alalshikh. What do you make of the back and forth? Do you think it's necessary? Do you think Alalshikh should have just kept it low key and not say anything? Or do you think he's right to voice out and speak his mind?
My bad, bro. Repeat that. Repeat that again, bro.
I mean, Alalshikh and Canelo Alvarez, like the back and forth.
Yeah, yeah.
Was
So I've
war.
been meaning to, I've
War
been meaning
was.
to speak on this situation that has been going on. Listen, all these Canelo fans, all clamoring, yelling, blah blah. Turki Alalshikh. Listen, Turki Alalshikh, since he's been involved, has been giving us good fights that we would see later on during the year. And people are trying to act like, oh, what has he done? Set up one fight? Please, man, stop it. The man has set up fights, like I said, that we would see in freaking 3 years from now. He set those up in within a year. You right? Usyk versus Tyson Fury. All right. There's 2 more fights that he set up that I completely forgot. Right. And just because Canelo lost to Beterbiev, and Canelo's afraid to rematch Beterbiev, right? She then said, "Let's get Crawford versus Canelo." And Canelo has went silent. He's been putting out some crazy amount of numbers, right? Hey man, let's be fair. You're putting up crazy amount of numbers, but you're not willing to fight because you don't want to fight. Right? These all these guys, they're just going crazy, right? Saying, "Oh, he hasn't done much, this and this and that." Like, come on, man. Like, for real. Like, come on. Don't disrespect the man. What he has been doing, and for what I'm picking up is that he's mad because Turkey called him out online, over the air and online, and basically after that, Canelo thinks, "Oh, I'm in charge." Listen, man, we all know that he shouldn't be fighting that Puerto Rican fighter, okay? Because that kid has not looked good since he started fighting opposition that have been better than him. And these guys, they're basically trying to say, "Oh no, it's a warranted fight." Man, that's not a warranted fight. Nobody wants to see Canelo versus that kid. I wish I could remember his name on top of my head, but nobody wants to see that fight. Canelo knows it's an easy fight. That's why he's talking shit the way he does the way he's talking. Now I have to tell him, oh, how about we fight Better Beef again? He's gonna keep his mouth shut. Okay, he's not even into fighting this other guy that just fought at light heavyweight. Okay, he doesn't even want to fight him because he knows what's gonna happen. So Canelo could talk all that mess he wants. His fans could talk all that mess he wants. At the end of the day, Canelo's been ducking two fighters. Okay, he knows he's gonna get his butt beat when he fights. When he fights Better Beef again, and I wish I could remember this other guy's name, but I can't. But he knows he's gonna get his ass beat, and that's as simple as that. I do believe Canelo versus Terence Crawford might be evenly matched, but you never know. I underestimated Crawford. I'm not doing it again, so I'll just call it as it is. Might be evenly matched, and this guy does not want that fight. His two losses is fine, so he's gonna take easy fights. Okay, you know he's gonna take easy fights until he prices himself out. Just as simple as that, man. Honestly.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I will always support Turkey over all these fighters that like that love to price themselves out, because we used to have this A side, B side, and stuff like that. Now Turkey Alalshikh came in and just literally destroyed it. You know,
Yeah,
remove that.
the guy set up a good fight, man. Again, Eddie Hearn versus what's his guy's name?
Frank Warren.
Frank Warren. He set up good fights, and they can't say the fight that he set up, the undercard wasn't good. The undercard was fantastic, man. You don't set up fights like that at all. Fights that we will see in years, that will take years to make. He put these promoters together and they started working. And these and people are getting mad. Like, what has he done? Man, the guy deserves to be in the Boxing Hall of Fame. He deserves every one of it, right? And these guys don't want to admit it. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, man, crazy. It's just one of those things you look at and just kind of shake your head. What was your take on the Francis Ngannou Pereira fight?
Who's he gonna fight?
Ferreira, one of the most dangerous PFF fighters.
Listen, I don't know where Francis Ngannou's head is, but let's hope that he decides to, to really to come back and go back into UFC, and hopefully they offer him good money and they respect what he does. As of right now, I think Francis Ngannou has faced the best in boxing, and believe it or not, when facing guys that are better than you, you actually get better. And I do believe Francis Ngannou has gotten better. I mean, he's faced one of the best combination punchers, right? Which is Anthony Joshua, and he's got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, which is one of the deadliest punchers, heavyweight has to present, right? And I think I'm pretty sure as of the prior to his fight, he didn't gain that much experience. But after, I'm pretty sure he's gained experience and he's probably learned some one or two things. I gotta give it to Francis. The guy's smart. And he's gonna be in the game for a minute. To knock that guy out the way he got knocked out by AJ, it's gonna be impossible. And I believe these guys will try to replicate it, but it's not gonna work. And that's how they're gonna fall into that trap, right? Trying to replicate what Anthony Joshua did, and they're gonna end up getting knocked out themselves. There's a big difference between boxing and PFL, and there's a big difference between AJ and a UFC fighter and a PFL fighter. AJ is definitely a strategic fighter. He knows his ring generalship and all that. And these guys are trying to think they could do the same thing to emulate what Anthony Joshua has done and end up getting beat. It's just simple.
Yeah, man.
Francis Ngannou is one of the most dangerous fighters right now. He still is.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting though. We'll see how that plays out. Yeah, bro. I wanna say thank you. Joshua is currently training and stuff like that. But what would your ideal opponent be for Francis?
You said, what would my ideal opponent be for who?
for Martin Bakoli. And what is going on with FR Jagba, bro? I have to talk about that at some point. But I will talk about that at some
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah. You know what? My for Martin Bacoli, right? Listen, I wouldn't want him to the hype to die out really quick. Okay, I wouldn't want that, and I wouldn't want to see. I would like to see his talent. So, for me, I personally would like him to see him against a good opposition. There's still plenty of fighters left. I do not want to see him against Joe Joyce. Sorry, that fight's one and done. Okay, and I believe it or not, Martin Bacoli. I do believe this. You know, and I didn't even get the chance to talk about the Andy Ruiz versus this guy. Believe it or not, don't underestimate, because Andy Ruiz went against Jarrell Miller and went the distance. Man, Andy Ruiz has been out the ring for a while, right? Unfortunately, I don't know what's going on with his hand, if it's true, if he broke it or not. I wish that's not the case, because that means he's been punching wrong all this time, and I would like for him to fight Martin Bacoli. That would be a good fight. Okay. Zangzalei is there. You know, let's see how that fight plays out. Okay. But not listen. There's a big difference, because these guys. I don't want to be that guy that sounds like I'm hating or nothing, right? Once the pressure starts being there, you're gonna be like, why does Martin Bacoli look different? You know, once they start testing these guys and they start coming up, and they don't look like the way they did fighters like Jared Anderson, people are gonna be like, okay, maybe we overhyped him. As of right now, let's see him against Zengzalei, um, Andy Ruiz. What other fighter I want to see him against? I think those are the two. Those are the two main fights I would like to see get him in there. The Michael Hunter fight. Unfortunately, man, as much as I respect Michael Hunter, man, I don't know. He just hasn't been looking right to me, and I just think it would be a waste. Okay, so let's get the fight going. I think that's what I think.
Yeah, man. Can't wait, bro. Man, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Catch you on the next one, because boxing is looking very juicy right now. Can't wait. Now I'm beginning to see the docs, the fanatics of Canelo Alvarez and all these fighters. I don't think Gervonta Davis even count, because that guy, he sells how many packages does he sell without Taran Garcia? I think 200k or 300k, not much for he said face of boxing. These guys, none of them are face of boxing. The most influential guy in boxing right now is Turki Alalshikh, but maybe when he retires, then because he himself is not in good health, Yes, that's the reason why he's trying to put up this great fight. So we'll look forward to the next big fight. The Joshua Dubois fight will be very special, though. Special fight. Stadium will be full. Expect that. Interesting. Stay tuned, guys. God bless you all.